Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the film Dr. Zhivago from 1965, directed by David Lean. Dr. Zhivago is one of those classic films. You expect the epic, the romance, the snow, the music, and David Lean delivers all of that with immense craft. It has a clear, flowing narrative, more straightforward than Lawrence of Arabia, which I've also just reviewed, and in many ways easier to settle into. As classic cinema, it's fluent and confident, a film that knows exactly how to tell its story and how to keep you engaged. I saw this film when I was a teenager decades ago. My memory is that I really liked Zhivago as a character. My mum actually had a crush on Omar Sharif, and I guess she created a very positive view of him. On this viewing, however, I never really took to Zhivago. He's presented as gentle, humane, poetic, the moral centre of the film. Sharif does have an attractive charm, there's no doubt, but this is also a man who abandons two families and is unfaithful to his wife, who shows him extraordinary loyalty and grace. I felt that the film seems to want his passivity to stand in for innocence, yet it ends up feeling like moral evasion. I found it hard to care deeply about a hero who keeps walking away from responsibility while the film insists on his goodness. The portrayal of the Russian Revolution also left me with mixed feelings. The film clearly takes a moral position. The revolution is shown as a catastrophe that crushes decency and tenderness, embodied in figures like Strelnikov. But it's also oddly sidelined. It becomes a device to establish the bad guys and to throw obstacles in the path of the love story, rather than a historical struggle that the film truly wants to engage with. The politics are actually glossed over. We're shown what's lost, but barely invited to understand why so many believe something new had to be born. History becomes backdrop and texture rather than substance. This just made the film feel a little bit superficial. Cinematically, the film is impressive, without quite reaching the level of Lawrence of Arabia. The scenery is grand, the sets are vast, the image is handsome and often iconic. Whatever else is wrong with Lawrence, it is spectacular filmmaking. Dr. Zhivago, on the other hand, feels more conventional. The snow and the trains and the crowds are beautiful, but it's rarely surprising. The ending of Zhivago's story, which I won't spoil just in case you've never seen it, tips the film into outright melodrama for me. I was engaged and I did have views on about what I wanted to happen. It is gripping in the moment, but once it lands, it feels a bit engineered, a dramatic ending rather than something that grows naturally out of the life we've been watching. And then there is the music. Maurice Jarre's score is iconic, and Lara's theme is truly unforgettable. A few notes and you're back in that world of snow and yearning. But it's also used relentlessly. The music doesn't just accompany the emotion, it often tells you what to feel again and again. I kept wishing for a bit more variation in the theme. Perhaps we could have had different versions of the theme reflecting different aspects of the film. As it is, the same golden melancholy washes over almost everything, and by the end, it began to flatten rather than deepen the feeling. That said, the film is epic in that 1960s classic film kind of way. They just don't make films like this anymore. Overall, there are things that I admire about Dr. Zhivago, but I don't love it. It's sumptuous, fluent, and it's emotionally powerful in a classical sense. But its moral centre feels shaky, its politics are thin, and its emotions are sometimes overcooked. It definitely is worth seeing, especially if you could see it on a big screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.